Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee just adds a commitment via the transfer portal. You guys start to hit me up on Twitter, on Facebook. I think somebody even looked up my old MySpace account and said, Boogie, you got to jump on. You got to make a video. I said, guys, we're going live. We're going live tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Let's talk about it then. You said, nope. No, you're going to get on here and we're going to talk about it. So I said, hey, for the fans, by the fans, that means something around here. We're going to jump on. We're going to talk about Jaylen McMurray from Temple, plays the cornerback position of need. He goes on Instagram and then later Twitter just a couple of hours ago, makes it official, says hashtag committed. You can see, of course, he's rocking those dark mode unis. The kids love him, man. They love him. They come on the visits. That's what they always want to rep. But Jaylen McMurray makes it official. Some of you guys hit me up on Facebook saying, Boogie, what is up with this? What is the deal? It was put out that they were moving on. Jaylen McMurray came to Knoxville for a visit. The coaching staff said thanks, but no thanks. We're going to move on. We're going to look elsewhere. Now here, just a matter of days later, they accept the commitment. Now Jaylen McMurray, 6 foot, 180 pounds, and what I was reading that Austin Price put out is, hey, the staff said they didn't really like his size. We've seen some of the corners that this staff is trying to recruit, they like that length. Sometimes you get a kid on campus, you look at the size, the length, the measurables, you get all that stuff taken care of, you do medicals. Look, it's an interview process, right? You're sitting down with these kids, and I get it. We as fans, what is the first thing we say? When we see a guy like Jaylen McMurray come on campus and then the staff decides to pass, we immediately chalk it up to culture, right? There's some type of culture fit. He's not a fit. Is he a cancer in the locker room? Sometimes it may be as simple as, hey, we want a little bit more length at the corner position, but ultimately they change their mind. They change their tune. They accept the commitment from Jaylen McMurray, again, transferring from Temple. He's got 2 years of eligibility left. Interview with VolQuest. He says after spending 2.5 years, it was time for a change. Tennessee expressed interest, and in talking to Coach Willie Martinez, Tennessee felt like home, and they obviously have a track record, and I wanted to be a part of the history there. He goes on to talk a little bit more about Willie Martinez, says the energy he brought, obviously he can coach ball and has been plenty of places. And my time talking to him made me feel comfortable. He is a family man, and we clicked from that perspective. Now, the interesting thing about Jaylen McMurray, you look at his numbers, you look at what he did, kind of had a bigger year in 2022, played 654 snaps. PFF graded him out that year at an 80.6. Now, following that up in 2023, played 742 snaps, graded out a whole lot lower at 66.5. So what is it? Why is Jaylen McMurray? Did he slip? Did they throw elsewhere? You can take it for what it's worth when it comes to PFF grades. Some people live and die by them. Some people don't think they really mean anything. But you look at the stats, 2022 had 49 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and also an interception. Had 7 passes defended, 2023, 38 tackles, no interceptions, 4 passes defended. Also in 2022, he was named second-team All-Freshman by College Football News, but he's made it official. He is committed to Tennessee. He is in the boat. Look, we know what we're dealing with here. It was a mass exodus in the secondary, right? All the guys that entered the portal, I think it was 7 defensive backs that hit the transfer portal. Now we look at who Tennessee has added so far. They added the kid, the safety from MTSU. They've also added Jermod McCoy, but you got to look at the roster. You got to look at who Tennessee is bringing back for 2024. We're going to see a guy like Ricky Gibson get put out there. And I think most of you guys that have watched him or, seen his progression, watching him in the bowl game, I thought Ricky Gibson played a good football game. Now I expect Jermod McCoy to be on the opposite side, playing that other corner position. Who locks down that star position? Who locks down those safety positions? Is the kid from MTSU being brought in to start, or is he a depth piece? The same could be said for Jaylen McMurray. Are they bringing him in as a depth piece? But the bottom line is they're starting to kind of transform that secondary as we look. I've said it time and time again on this channel. I think 2024 is a huge year for Josh Heupel. I think you've got to capitalize. We're expecting Nico to be here for 3 years. One of those was as a redshirt. As a redshirt, we saw him in limited action. Got a little glimpse of what he could do in the bowl game. But I think if things go the way we want them, we're going to have 2 full seasons with Nico. And I think you've got to capitalize on that. Look, we're going to take a look at another guy in the transfer portal. A lot of you guys asking about that is Lance Hurd from LSU, the offensive tackle. Everybody's saying Glenn Ellery has struck out at the offensive tackle position this portal cycle. We're going to talk about that. But do me a favor, man. We're halfway into this video. Smash the thumbs up just below this thing. Quick, free, easy helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, this is your first time ever on the channel, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We don't pretend to be that. This channel was built by the fans. It is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live here in just a couple hours every Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We play NCAA 14 revamp, but we also talk all things Tennessee football. Always a good time. Also, want to put out a quick plug. Coming up later in the month on January the 24th. Mark your calendars. January the 24th, we're going to be doing the charity live stream. We're going to be having guys from VolQuest, Go Vols 247, Pancakes and Bacon may be in the house. We got the guys from A to Z Sports, maybe a couple of surprises as well. But again, mark your calendars. The next to last Wednesday of the month, we are going to be doing that charity live stream. Every super chat that comes through goes directly from YouTube to the charity. They don't take any cut or anything. It's 100% of what you guys donate. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's get into it. Let's move ahead. Let's talk about Lance Hurd. A lot of you guys, again, a lot of negativity around Glenn Ellerbe right now. And I don't get it. I don't think it's fair to talk about all the guys that Glenn Ellerbe has struck out with. On the kid from North Carolina, the kid that ultimately committed to Texas A&M, because guess what? He was waiting on a child to be born. He chose to stay closer to home. You can't fault him for that. But if you're going to talk about Glenn Ellerbe, you're going to talk about what he's done in this portal season, you have to include Cooper Mays. You have to include John Campbell. You've got to include Spraggins. I don't care. You can't spin it any other way. That is a part of it. It's no longer recruiting high school kids. It's no longer just the transfer portal. It's about roster management. Now, once the COVID years are gone and done, I think that's coming up here shortly, it'll be a different aspect, right? Different dynamic. But right now, re-recruiting those COVID seniors is part of your roster management. Now, Lance Hurd, offensive tackle from LSU. 6'6", 340 pounds, top player in LSU's class of 2023. He was a five-star prospect. This is a big-time target for Tennessee in the portal. Now, he wants to play left tackle. That's the big question. Would he come in and sit, or is he going to come in and want to start immediately? Now, VolQuest has put out that John Campbell may not be opposed to moving over to that right tackle position and Lance Hurd sliding in at that left tackle position. So that's an interesting note worth taking a look at. You know, where does he fit in as Gerald Mincy is looking for greener grass? Good luck to him. I think Lance Hurd could step right in and fill the shoes of Gerald Mincy, and now you've got five solid offensive linemen rolling into 2024. He visited Tennessee this past weekend. It was a quick visit, guys. He was here a matter of hours. I think the visit was 6 hours long. Immediately out the door, no VolQuest interview, no 247 Sports interview, off to Oklahoma for a visit there. So then it was a coin toss. Is it Tennessee? Is it Oklahoma? A lot of chatter. Neither side really had a grasp on where Lance Hurd was going to end up. Everybody's on commit watch. Everybody's watching. Now, Tennessee has since moved on to another target. Percy Lewis made a video, mentioned him yesterday, offensive tackle at Mississippi State. He's got a couple of years of eligibility left. Somebody asked Austin Price, said, hey, is the fact that Tennessee is targeting Percy Lewis, does that mean that Hurd's a no? AP says, no, it doesn't. It means while they keep working on him, they can't keep all their eggs in one basket. Now, lately, been a lot of buzz about Ole Miss. You guys, I don't understand. I just sent Nelson a message today. I said, what is it about that school? Is it unlimited money? Is it all about NIL? Is Lane Kiffin the ultimate salesman getting pounds in the boat? What is it? What is it about Ole Miss? Now they enter the conversation. Here, Lance Hurd has not taken a visit there. Has not taken a visit there since entering the portal. Now, Zach Berry, he writes for OM Spirit. That is Ole Miss. They're on 3 site. He says the former five-star is in a search for a landing spot to play left tackle. Ole Miss would love nothing more than to add a high-profile prospect to its roster to build around for the future. Says he is familiar with backup quarterback Walker Howard, and his primary recruiter the first time around was none other than Pete Golding. Says Hurd took trips to Oklahoma and Tennessee over the weekend, and the expectation is he will be in Oxford at some point this week. When he shows, my money would be on Golding and the Rebels. Now, the interesting thing for me, you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I don't think you can take visits during the week. I think it is a dead period during the week. He would have to wait until this weekend. Now, Zach Berry put out an update just a matter of hours ago. Says both Oklahoma and Tennessee sources have reached out in regards to Zaylen Hurd. Says it seems both parties didn't get a good read on Hurd during his visits, but Pete Golding seems to be the key here. He and Hurd are tight, and Ole Miss has made him a priority and essentially the future of the offensive line. Keep in mind he's quite familiar with the backup quarterback, so the transition would be seamless. Now, Pete Nakos over at On3 said, as On3 reported on Friday night, LSU transfer Lance Hurd made visits to Oklahoma and Tennessee this weekend. Top 25 prospect in the 2023 cycle. He was not with LSU when they played Wisconsin in the bowl game. Ole Miss continues to be involved. Sources anticipate a decision to be made this week. So what is it about Ole Miss? They're now in the equation. Hold your beer. Sit tight. We will see what happens. Now, Austin Price followed all this news up and said he still feels like things are moving in the right direction for Tennessee. So we sit. We wait. Tennessee adds another commitment in the secondary, a position of need, but we continue to miss on the offensive line. I know some of you guys are concerned, but let's let it play out. Let's see where Lance Hurd ends up. He would be absolutely huge to add this cycle in the portal. We need depth. We need depth on that offensive line. You add Hurd, I feel great about the starting five, but you still need to add more depth. But you guys know what to do. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you're not a member, fix that. Hit the join button down below. When I say for the fans, by the fans, that's exactly what this is, but it also is also fan funded. We could not do this without your support. For $1 a month, you get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. Go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. The links are all in the description below as well. We will see you guys in just a couple of hours for the NCAA stream. More videos, more content, more transfer portal coverage coming your way. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.